see really. I mean, besides Big Triple H, bro, I want to see this Lost Soul Aside game. Please give me this damn game.
Which one?
Lost Soul Aside, that guy who made that Final Fantasy Cross Devil May Cry game, and it's like
Oh, okay.
he's working with Sony on that game.
Oh, somebody has their speakers on.
I think it's real. Just like a nigga, never prepared. Bro, they made me stay another night in this bitch, bro. I'm going to scream.
So how long have you been there? Like just the day?
I've been here. I got here, bro, like 10 something in the morning.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Well, then you must be on another console then, huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
You. Yeah, the people who are listening, they can't hear apparently.
You can't hear anybody or just real?
I don't know.
Man, where's the mirror where you need her so she can scream? I'm still.
Oh, I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah.
Wait, I heard the echo of me.
Yeah.
I think it's through real.
Mhm.
Real, you're echoing.
You're echoing real.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to fix the problem. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The hell, that's not what I want. No, that doesn't work.
Check your mic. Your mic good? Your settings.
Okay, so on my stream, Peach can hear everyone, so it's definitely something from your end, real. Are you sure you don't have yourself muted? And now I'm hearing the echo again.
Okay. I forgot to turn the volume up. Okay, my bad. I forgot to turn the volume up, so we should be good
How
now.
many years you been doing this again?
Man, I'm old, man. I'm old. Shit. I ain't good with this technology, man. My mom, she's still having problems with her smartphone.
Look at this guy trying to insert himself into the boomer generation.
Right.
Okay, we should be good now. We should be good. I will restart the deal, but no, we're gonna keep going. So, okay, you already did y'all intros, Zen?
Yeah, I was in the middle of it. Hey guys, Zen, but you've been hearing me for a minute now, so no need to introduce myself again.
Okay, yeah, they heard y'all, but they didn't hear me. But you know, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going anyway. But yeah, you know, we just got through watching 40 minutes to an hour of the Inside of Xbox, and I know a lot of people, they was expecting that we was gonna get, you know, maybe some exclusives, and of course, I guess a lot of people didn't get the memo that it was strictly for third party. And now, of course, we see a bunch of memes going on right now on how Xbox is going to die and blah, 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 that. But I just want to talk about what we saw today and talk about what the future holds for Xbox, what we think about it. So, you know, just for starters, what are y'all thoughts about the whole entire event, just in general,
Trash.
when it comes to third-party games? Trash.
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming overall, but there was some decent stuff in there.
Mediocre.
Even though it was supposed to be a third-party event, it just really nothing hadn't caught my eye.
It being a third party event, all just let me know. This is not Microsoft's fault on this, so I'm not blaming them that it was trash.
Yeah.
Next gen is going to start off. This just told me next gen is going to start off really poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft, third parties have been begging Microsoft and Sony to do something so they can show these games. If this is what we got to show, but Microsoft just wasted time doing this because they could have just showed their first party stuff, bro, instead of this. Like, if this was the big deal, like Assassin's Creed didn't need to be its own thing at the end of this. You know what I'm saying? They could have did something else.
Yeah, they made a big deal about pointing out Assassin's Creed, and then it wasn't even a real gameplay reveal.
Like, what was what was it, that Scarlet Nexus or whatever game, or Nexus or whatever that game was lit. That game was cool. Like, I'll play that. And then that Scorn game and the rest of those games, it was just like, I'm not buying this. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good, or this isn't something that I play. Let me not say it doesn't look good, but it was just like Microsoft wants to start gearing people up for the next gen, but then it's like, okay, bro, but you know, Microsoft did a favor to these dudes, and that's kind of what I thought of it as. Like, we did a favor to host an event for you, and you gave us some garbage.
I'm surprised we didn't even see that Golem game, considering the screenshots just came out.
Yeah. Or the Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
I don't think they should show that game because it doesn't look good. I don't like it. I don't like
Well, a
it.
lot of games of the show didn't look good, so what's the difference?
Because we don't need more trash. enough trash. You know, it's just like when you hit that girl who's like box is really bad, but you keep going back. It's like, okay, one of these days I'm gonna have to quit, but you don't want her to like something else be wrong. And be like, yo, your box is trash and your mouth is trash. So you know, like you can't have too much bad things wrong at the same time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. What about you, Al? What you think?
Overall, like, it was okay. There was 5 games that interested me. I'll get into the list later when we talk about the games, but a lot of it was like pretty underwhelming because these are supposed to be the game. In their words, these are the games that are gonna make next gen worth it, basically. And a lot of the games didn't seem like they were next gen games. A lot of them kind of seemed like smaller, boring games.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that was graphically amazing, which warrants a new generation. And yeah, especially with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I was expecting like a full-on gameplay reveal because that's what they made it seem like it was going to be, and what they showed was basically nothing. So that was pretty disappointing. But yeah, other than the 5 games that I liked, that show was kind of meh at best. I think Aaron Greenberg specifically overhyped the show so much.
Don't they always?
As he always does. That I put the blame solely on him for the mediocrity of this show. If he hadn't been hyping it up so much, this could have just been another Inside Xbox, but and then it would have been fine. But because of how much that dude was hyping this shit up and what they actually showed us, it just gets like a 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay. All right. What about you, Jaden? What you think? You still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with y'all. I was just doing something real quick.
Make a pizza.
So what you think?
It was kind of well, I'm not a big Xbox guy, but from my standards, I say the show was pretty mediocre, kind of.
Oh, that's it?
You know, yeah. I ain't really got enough. I ain't really got no really.
I got you.
Really strong opinions about it.
I got you. All right. Zen?
Man, that was very mediocre. It's very, very middle of the road, very underwhelming. Mostly due to Aaron Greenberg, so on that, I agree with Alex. The dude overhyped stuff way too much. That's coming from, I think, the biggest Xbox guy in this little group of ours. And if I say, I feel like I didn't need to wake up to watch that shit. You should know.
Oh, damn.
It was a third-party show, no first party, obviously, but the third party didn't really show up. There were like 2 games that I liked. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, of course, and the Scarlet Nexus game.
Yeah.
All the rest seemed hyper early to me, like CGI trailer. That was another thing. That's another problem with it, is that they said gameplay, and most of that was still CGI.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what was up with that. Some kind of miscommunication there. I don't know. Did they bring the wrong trailers?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So, it was mad underwhelming on that front. I didn't set my expectations too high.
Yeah.
But one thing does have me worried now because they have their first party show in July. Because this was so underwhelming, that puts mad pressure on them for July.
Yeah.
So that has got to be banging, beginning to end, or else. So
Yeah.
that's my thought. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
Is that your dog barking in the background?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get her.
Ah.
Be right back.
But yeah, I guess with me, like, you know, at first I thought that, you know, the way they was hyping this up for the past week or two, I thought they was gonna actually go show some bangers, but the last second I didn't know it was supposed to be about just third-party games. So since this was kind of underwhelming to me, I think I missed like 10 minutes of it because my dad surprised me. He showed up, but from what I saw, kind of like what Alex said, I agree with him when he was talking about. They showed a bunch of games that look like it can be ran on a Switch. Let's just be real. Like some smaller indie games and, you know, like current generation type of games.
That they showed,
you know,
easily run on Switch.
Yeah, like that first game wasn't half bad. It was just too many mediocre games that I saw. And of course, too much talking, you know, about the Assassin's Creed. I know they was going in depth with the game, but when you spend 10 to 15 minutes talking about one game, that tells you that you ain't got much to show. And
Right.
it just that wasn't the only one. What was the other game that was still was going in depth? It was another game. I forgot the name of it, but that tells me that they was just trying to. When they said that the show was supposed to be between 40 minutes to an hour, they made it seem that we was gonna get a bunch of bangers. You know, it's kind of it's like this. If Nintendo just drop a direct and it's 40 minutes long, we're gonna expect a lot of games because we normally get a bunch of announcements with a direct. But, you know, it's not fair. I don't want to compare it to Direct because Direct is way better than every show.
The format is better.
Yeah, the format is way better, way better. Especially when they show their, you know, their montage, you know, their montage of games and all that. So, you know, I would probably give the show a 5.5 out of 10 because I just wasn't feeling it. But I'm not going to basically just kill Microsoft because I want to know exactly what they got cooking up for this coming up generation. I know a lot of people, they want to know what's going on with Halo. We'll get more gameplay footage, and you know, instead of just CGI. And another thing about CGI, yeah, you're right, Zan. I'm sick and tired about talking about CGI. I'm tired of looking at CGI. If I'm gonna look at CGI, I want to look at gameplay at the same time. Because we got too much CGI this generation, not enough gameplay at the beginning, and a lot of us get disappointed. Especially when it comes to Ubisoft, man, they really tricked us a lot. When it comes to, you know, just broken promises, talking about this game gonna look like this, gonna look like that, and at the end of the day, it looks like trash. You know, so like I say, like I'm more concerned about the July's Inside Xbox because I want to know exactly what is my $500. That's if the price of the Series X is $500. I want to know exactly what my $500 is going on because it's like this. If Halo's not ready at the beginning of this generation, I'm just not going to buy a Series X. You know, I don't want to just pay. I don't want to pay that much money, you know, for basically another Xbox One X. I'm just being real with that. So that's my 2 cents in on this. Anybody else have anything else?
Yeah, I guess it's hard. You can't really blame Microsoft for this because it's not their games. Like if this is all the third parties have for the next generation launch, there's not really anything Sony or Microsoft can do about that.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll kind of just have to wait to see in July. Because if July comes around and Microsoft's first party show was how this turned out, that's going to be a problem.
That is going to be a really big problem.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not the case. But we'll see in July.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna wait for Phil to talk.
Yeah.
Because when Phil talks, you know, shit's usually factual. When
Yeah.
Greenberg talks, so
Yeah. Bunch of lies come out.
yeah.
Greenberg's like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
You can't trust the word that guy says.
But instead of his nose growing, he just gets fatter.
Or maybe a lot of us. I know a lot of people every time the word Inside Xbox come up, they get too excited and their expectation go out the roof, and I don't know why. I can't really blame Greenberg on this. I'm gonna blame the fans because they expecting Microsoft to give what? You disagree?
I don't think it's right to blame him. The only reason I don't think it's right, and I've been saying this for a while now, nobody agrees with me because they think I'm just trying to hit Xbox. Microsoft has to find an identity, bro, because they're the only ones who don't have it. They don't have anything that they necessarily. Like, they're good at racers, but bro, like nobody they make Forza great. You know, Xbox guys are cool. You know, they have to get an identity. They have to get something to hook fans onto, and that's Microsoft's job to give them that. This is the Xbox issue. They have. Once you fix your castle, everybody else in it will go ahead and act accordingly. But yeah, coming from a generation where you had really nothing, and you did nothing well, like for the most part, outside of like fixing services, yeah, anything you say is gonna hype them up. Well, I mean, what else are they supposed to do? Because that's the whole point. This is why they're pressing next gen so tough, because they want everyone to forget about this gen, right? That's the point of it. Which is why Sony isn't saying anything because they're not ready to reach this generation.
You know what?
They love this generation.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that you just said kind of resonated with me, and it's a point that no one brought up even before we were on air, is that on top of what you just said about wanting to forget about the current generation and move on, everybody's ready for next generation news, is that because of the current situation in the world, right, everybody was starving for game news, and this is the first game news we've really had, and it was not good. So it kind of added pressure for it to be good, and it wasn't good because everything's been canceled, everything's going wrong. People are working from home, so gamers we want something. I mean, just ask the Nintendo guys. They've been crying about the Direct for like 3 months now. So
It's longer than that.
I mean, they got one. They got a Direct Mini, but they didn't.
Mini.
Yeah. So gamers want news, right? So that's really what it is. Yeah.
They're just in a position right now where everything it's messed up because it's not Microsoft's fault, and this is why Microsoft has done a great job from talking and being transparent. But this is why I was like, that's great for them. And this is why I never jumped on Sony about it. I'm like, because you can't control other things that don't go in your house. This is why. And then we just saw today where everybody was like, oh, I guess I understand why Sony has this thing. So shut the fuck up until it's time. This is why they're not doing anything. Because you can't account for things you can't control. It's great that, Xbox can tell you about what they're doing, but they just gave you a show, and the only thing we got was 2 games of Assassin's Creed.
Good point.
Things will happen when they happen. And I just think that going forward, we all have to be a little more understanding because I'm sure Microsoft and Sony and everybody else would just love to go back and get everything done on time. But a lot of these games, bro, they're not coming until next year.
They're not coming in 2020.
I just think like this generation, like this console launch is going to be hella weak, more than usual because of the COVID. And it's going to suck. But if you're, you got the money and you hardcore fans, you'll buy it anyway.
Well, the whole COVID thing, I still don't think it should get in the way because people can still work at home that develop these games.
But you're really minimized by what you can do. So what they were saying is even like Naughty Dog has said it. There's been other first party studios that Sony has that have said it. And I think it was Sucker Punch that said it too. Mm-hmm. And then 343 has said it multiple times. The things that you can do when you're with your team are so scaled back.
But even so,
wait for people to sit and work and do everything, man. Like it's not the same as being at work.
Aside from that, man, working from home, your productivity is going to be cut in half because you're home.
Yeah.
So
you have family. You have family.
Yeah.
You have things going on. You have distractions that you never had at the workplace.
Correct.
Like, you can't. There's nothing that you can do. That's why I said like if Halo gets like pushed back, it's not their fault, and no one should get mad at them.
Then they should push back the release date of the Series X. Then, in that case,
there's no point in doing that.
So, but see, this is the thing.
Or defeats the purpose of buying it.
Well, I don't think so. I think that the big thing is if anyone can afford to push back and just take the L in the head, I think Sony should do that. I do not think it's a good idea for Microsoft. I think I've said this again too, and Alex. I don't think it's a good idea for Microsoft to ever give Sony time by themselves when they're not around. That's not your way. That will kill you, and you will not come back. Don't do that. Don't let them make any more narratives that you have to go ahead and try to move the goalpost on. Just take the L, apologize to fans, and make sure the game is good. I think both consoles should just launch, and we should all just be understanding. Because, bro, people are out of work in here. It's not Microsoft or Sony's fault that the coronavirus happened. It's not their fault. You can't blame them. You have to be understanding. You have to be understanding to the fact that these people are at home trying to do what they can. It just is what it is. Things happen. Life happens. If you're gonna be a dickhead about it and just be like, well, hey man, I'm not getting Halo on time. Motherfucker, you can't even afford it because you're not working. Shut up.
Damn.
Amen. Stimulus packages.
I still didn't get my stimulus check, man. They tripping.
Stimulus packages already.
Everybody get their stimulus check. I still ain't got mine.
Oh, really?
My wife got hers, but I didn't get mine.
I got mine.
Oh, that's right. You Canadian. Y'all get that $2,000 a month, lucky bastard.
Oh, we also got like another 1,000 extra.
Man, we don't give a fuck.
I got mine. But mine is in the bank though, just going towards my PS5. But I mean,
mine's going towards the new graphics card.
That's supposed to be emergency fund. I can't talk. I bought an arcade with some of my wives.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
It's doing real because Coupon just said she got hers last week.
Really? Well, I still hadn't did my taxes this year. That's probably why.
Well, that's why.
That's
yeah,
why.
You have to do your taxes.
Did you do them
I
last
was
year?
supposed to be my aunt. She's supposed to be doing it for
so
me.
this
Anyway.
this dude over here expecting free money from the government.
Hell
and trying
yeah!
And he hasn't even done his
Give me my damn money, shit.
and committing tax evasion. Oh my god.
Oh shit! I owe my money. I'm struggling. Damn it, I'm struggling.
Come down there, Wesley Snipes, do your taxes.
Oh shit. So
But, you know.
according to G-Rock, so you feel that since this whole Corona thing that hit us hard, and let's say that certain games is not going to be available for the PS4 and the Xbox One, Xbox Series X at the start. Okay, if a lot of these big games are not ready, you still think it's wise to still launch those consoles?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea not to. I mean, you know, the hardcore will pick it
Ugh.
up because that's what we do. And then the other guys will wait because that's what they do. If you can afford it, you will.
Yeah, like-
If you can't, then you won't.
That's kind of be.
The first month or two, it's mostly just the really hardcore people that buy a console anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's no big
Yeah.
deal, bro. It's not like Sony and Microsoft aren't just like unprepared because remember that was the big thing where they were like, oh man, like Sony's like this isn't ready, and then this isn't ready, and then this isn't ready, and then every time Sony's like, what the fuck are you people talking about?
Honestly,
shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know?
If-
like,
If one of them could have managed to launch like right now, I would have launched right now because again, people are getting all this free money. What are they going to do with it? Everybody's home, nothing better to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I mean that's what.
look at fucking
that-
Animal Crossing. They sold
Yeah.
13 million
That's
copies.
that's crazy.
That's what
Insanity.
benefited the Switch at launch
Yeah.
because it launched not in the holiday period where your money is going 1,000 different places.
Right.
It launched in March. I mean, what are you going to do with your money
Why
in
don't
March?
you do it in March? Exactly.
exactly.
Right.
So,
Because like December, you're buying presents. January,
Yep.
you're looking at your Visa bill crying. February,
Yep.
you're trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
February, you're trying to get your money back, and then March,
Yep.
you have money to spend.
pretty
Well,
January, aka ramen month.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right. I guess this person said that the Xbox Series X enhances the thing and will be worth it.
It does.
Yeah, no, you're right. It will be worth it, especially when they came out and said that every game from every Xbox generation will be enhanced. So I
Yeah.
kind of want to see it for myself.
No, they said it. That's the problem with that show, especially with Assassin's Creed, is that
Yeah.
they said, okay, look, listen, we can go up to 120 frames per second, and 60 frames is going to be the baseline.
That's good.
Get used to seeing 60 frames because dipping below 60 is not going to happen
Believe it. when
nearly as often as it did in this generation, right? That's what they said.
That's what they say.
Well,
As much as they brag about how powerful
didn't
and fast their console
show
is,
us
I want to
that.
see it.
Because if you showed me an open world Assassin's Creed game, like today, you showed me an open world Assassin's Creed game with, 4K graphics running at a solid 60, that would have been enough for me. I'd have been
Yeah,
like, yep, I'm
that'd be
buying it.
enough.
You know what would have
Yeah.
made this show fire? If
Yeah.
they got an early demo out to Digital Foundry, and then they got those guys in on Inside Xbox. And they're
Oh,
like,
shit.
We got, we're here from Digital Foundry with
Oh,
footage
Lord.
from Assassin's Creed running at 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X. And that would have been fire.
Yeah,
But they didn't do it.
they didn't do it.
Mm.
Well, probably mostly because those dudes are in Germany, so.
They've already worked with them. They got them to do a teardown of the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, they called them out. This was
Yeah.
right before the COVID hit, but, nobody's
Yeah,
traveling
so,
right
like,
now.
well, they don't need to travel for that, right? It's a game code.
That is true, but do they have the hardware to run it? That's the thing.
Probably. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Mhm.
They might have got one as part of that deal. We don't know, right?
Probably, maybe, yeah. But that's the whole problem is that they promised gameplay, most of it was CGI, and
Yeah.
then the whole Assassin's Creed thing, you promised, showing the difference between what we're playing now and what we will be playing in a few months. And I
Yeah.
feel as if the third parties specifically failed on that front. Like they didn't show us the difference.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't
that's,
see anything on that show that screamed next gen.
no.
No, I didn't see it neither.
That didn't look like anything I can play today.
Exactly.
So,
Did we lose?
You know.
We lose Chris?
Oh, I think so.
yeah, I think he dropped. He might have back.
Yeah, I think he did.
He's in the hospital. So
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, shitty Wi-Fi and
They got
stuff.
crap Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
He could just use his 4G. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, so that was the problem with the show. And another thing I want to bring up is now Xbox is claiming they got this whole Xbox 2020 thing where they're gonna have something every month until launch. Let's assume launch is in November, right?
Yeah.
You still got to fill a number of months until November, 4 or 5 months. So the question is, we know what's happening in July. That's the first party.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's happening in June.
I think
We
it's
have
the
no
indie
idea what-
showcase.
Okay. We have no idea what's happening in August, what's happening in September, October. So the thing is, do you think the third parties that they had on hand, do you think that they held back in order to have more to show later? Or do you think this was the actual apex, like the full amount of what they had to show right now?
I hope it's
believe
not.
They've been holding it back and doing it in phases. Because that would be pretty scary if this is the best of the best for next gen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the enhanced part that a lot of people like myself want to get the Series X because, they said that if you buy it on the previous systems, you can't upgrade for free if you get the next generation console. So that makes it worth it. Just that right there. So the enhanced part does make it worth it, but if they don't launch with their big bangers, it's just. Hey, I'm gonna be disappointed though. Like I say, just for instance, look what Nintendo did. They didn't launch with a bunch of games, but they launched with a really big, huge game, and it really sold very well. The Breath of the Wild.
To me, as an Xbox guy, I think they did it again, man. When the Xbox One X launched, me and Alex agree on this. I felt as if they should have held Gears of War 4 to launch with the Xbox One X.
Absolutely.
Instead, it launched in 2016, right? And they got the enhanced version in 2017 when the X launched.
Yeah.
And now we have Gears of War 5, which launched last year, 2019, and then this year we have a console. And again, the upgraded version is going to be the console. I just feel as if they should have held it. 2019 didn't really need Gears of War in that way. It did because it was the best game on Xbox that year, but I mean, come on. You could have held it.
Their only other exclusive that year was Crackdown 3.
With Crackdown 3.
Well, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. It don't exist. It don't
At
exist.
that point, we've already gotten used to the fact that Xbox in this generation was very, 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 very under par, right?
Yeah.
So what's one more bad year as opposed to getting a fresh start and you roll out with a brand new Gears of War optimized for the Series X? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So I feel as if I would have held it. I'm on the opposite scale from where Chris sits, where G-Rock sits.
So
if I had a big game coming, I would hold it because software tells hardware.
So if Microsoft don't launch Halo when the Series X come out, are you gonna still buy it?
I would still buy it because I have the money set aside for it.
Yeah.
And when you have money set for something and then you don't do the said something, the money disappears. So, at least in my experience.
That's true.
Yeah. So I would still buy it because then I don't know where I'm going to get that money from again, whether it's 500 or 400 or whatever. So I'd still buy it and then just sit and wait for the games. Yeah, because at the end of the day, when it comes to console gaming, the most expensive thing you're going to buy all generation is the hardware. After that, it's just a control here or a game there, $60 a piece. We're not PC guys. We're not going out spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah, them PC peasants, man. Fuck them.
Right? We only got to spend that amount of money one time at the beginning of the generation.
Hell, shit. If games could be,
there was several Xboxes that came out this generation.
well, if gaming gonna be a 4K 60 standard.
Okay. Let's compare.
Well,
I spent $400 on my first Xbox. This is after they took the Kinect out, right? The Xbox One. And then I spent, oh shit, that's actually gonna be kind of expensive. I might lose this. And then I spent
just quit while you're here, Zach. Just quit.
On the Halo 5 Guardians edition, right? Which I still have. And then I spent a third $500 on my Xbox One X.
Oh.
So far I've spent $1,400.
Pretty expensive.
14. Okay.
$1,400.
Okay. I bought the one with the Kinect, so I spent $500 at lunch. Then I bought the Xbox One S. I think that was $300 when it came out.
$300, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Then I bought the. Oh shit. Okay. So
You spent $1,300.
Okay,
So Alex, how much have you spent on your PC since 2013?
Since 2013,
Yeah.
around the same.
about
Around the
1,300.
same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
So it's
I,
okay.
fair.
I
All
upgrade
right.
things over time. But,
Okay,
yeah.
so if console gaming want to be in 4K 60 standard, then like, what's the point of buying a PC?
Sorry, say that again.
I said if consoles want to be in a 4K 60 standard and possibly 120, what's the point of buying a PC if it's going to be a lot cheaper than PC?
Do more than
Because
just
you
play
can go
video
higher than
games.
that.
No, you can go higher, but like, don't you think 4K 60 is enough?
Yeah, it is for us. Well, for anybody.
There we go.
But honestly speaking, I heard people talking about 144 frames per second on PC.
That's just too much, man. That's too much.
It's too much.
That's
But
too much.
at the same time, I mean, they can always go higher if they want. So,
But 60
And
is perfect.
also, PC is not just for gaming, by the way.
Yeah, I
and,
understand.
and, and plus that, shout out to Unforgiven. You can steal all the games. So,
Oh
you know.
yeah, they still be stealing, huh? Bunch of pirates.
Well, there's a lot of advantages. Like the games are always cheaper over here. I can use
It's
any
always cheaper,
controller.
yeah.
I can use any controller I want with this thing. I can upgrade any part at any time if I find I need more performance. That's a lot of advantages.
And Steam sales.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Steam sales are all the time,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
get the shit like you get too, like Xbox Game Pass, and I get PS Now as well.
Yep.
So okay, let's move on. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Hey.
So-
You got that W by default, man. Come on.
Shut
They
up,
all
Alex.
tried to come at my neck about spending money. Both you idiots.
Anyway, so okay, I got a question for y'all guys. So what happened? What if Microsoft come out? Okay, when they do this next Inside the Xbox, but it's the same multiplayer crap, no single player gaming. It's the same BS that they gave us for the Xbox all generation. How would y'all feel about that? You know, especially when we've been asking Phil Spencer for the last 2 years, we need more single player games and not bullshit. How would y'all feel about that?
Okay. I
I'm a lad.
would be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointed in Phil Spencer because he has not given me a reason to be disappointed in him yet since he's taken the job. I've always understood that he came into a house that was on fucking fire. He did his best with it. And now he's about to launch his own vision of what he thinks Xbox is. And we've been chanting at this dude on Twitter, and he listens, he responds, that we need a mixture of games, mixture of genres, mixture of types of play, multiplayer and single player. But that's my opinion. I'd be a bit disappointed with him if he just delivered multiplayer, only multiplayer again. But, and there's a but here, big caveat, a lot of the Xbox guys only care about multiplayer. So in that way, he would still be speaking to that audience. But in terms of speaking to the ones who have experience on Nintendo or on Sony or who enjoy a variety of different games like myself and pretty much everyone here,
Yeah.
we would be disappointed. So luckily, that's not the case though. At least I
Uh-huh.
don't think it is. I think he's doing everything he needs to do. I think everybody's working on single player and multiplayer. And I think we'll be pleased with what's to come. Or at least I hope we are.
Ain't that Playgirl Games supposed to be doing a single player open world game?
So
Yeah,
says the
Fable.
rumor.
That's the
Fable.
rumor?
So says the rumor.
I hope so, man. Because we already know about the Hellblade, so you know that looks like it's gonna be a good game. But I know a lot of people they want that type of Sony experience, the God of War type of stuff and Spider-Man type of stuff.
That's Hellblade, yeah. I think in terms of single player, you'll be fine. You got Hellblade coming. You got supposedly Fable coming, but that's just a rumor. You got the unannounced Obsidian RPG that's supposed to be like Elder Scrolls. You got that coming. Obviously,
not Outer Worlds 2.
it's also going to be Outer Worlds, so it's a separate team.
Oh, okay.
You got that coming. You got Initiative's game coming, which seems to be single player story based.
Perfect Dark.
I still haven't finished Outer Worlds. Yeah, it's a good game.
At the same time,
That game is awesome.
if you're into multiplayer, you got Forza Horizon 5 coming, you got Forza Motorsport coming, you got Halo coming, you got Gears coming.
Gears, Forza, Halo. Gears, Forza, Halo. Yes, we know about
Yeah.
them. We know about them.
So
We-
I think everybody's taken care of. Is what I'm trying to say. I think everybody's taken care of.
Well, the multiplayer is always taken care of, man. It's just by me being more of an Xbox guy, I hate that I have to go to Sony to get my single player experience.
Single player.
Yeah.
And
Or
Sony
Nintendo.
does it really good. I love their single player games.
Yeah, and
I just-
Nintendo, though.
Huh?
Nintendo and Sony have the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, okay, Nintendo. Okay, Zelda. Yeah, they got their single player games as well too. I don't want to forget
Sony
Nintendo.
are the kings of linear action adventure single player games. Nintendo are the kings of couch multiplayer because their online don't work.
Oh shit.
And Xbox are the kings of online multiplayer because they don't know what single player is. That's pretty much it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you sure love throwing shade at Nintendo, but you know they deserve it anyway. Is that right, Alex?
Huh? Yeah,
Huh?
their online's not very good, but they make better
Yeah.
games than Xbox.
Just say it. Nintendo sucks. Say it. Say it. He ain't gonna say it.
Shade.
Hey, real. If this was the Wii U era, then yeah, he'll say it.
I hate it. I hate that Wii U too, man. Nah, the Switch is a good console. It's just, you know, we just got our differences on it.
Lies to not to you.
Switch
Not
has
to you.
better games for exclusives than Xbox. That's just reality.
Wait. Better exclusives.
Huh?
I could give you that. I could give you better exclusives. But when you say better games overall, what do you mean about that?
I didn't
But
say
he means
that.
exclusives. He
He
means
said
I
exclusive.
specifically said exclusives.
He said exclusive.
No. You said better games and better exclusives, so that's two. Okay, no, I will give you the first one, the better exclusive, but I would not give you that second one. I'm sorry, I would not give it to you.
I didn't say that. I said they have better exclusives.
You know how he got so defended when you said better?
No, I thought you said better games and no. I could have sworn you said better games and better exclusives. I thought you said
all I
that.
said was it has better
Okay, all
exclusives.
right. Okay, I'll leave it alone. Okay, I thought you were trying to go down that path.
Calm down, real.
Hell no. Hell no.
How can a console that misses 90% of the third-party games have a better overall library? All I said was it has better exclusives.
No, you're right. No, I can give you that. Let's be real. Coming from an Xbox dude, they sucked this year or this generation. They sucked. Ain't that right, Zen? The Xbox sucked this generation.
Yeah, for the most part.
Damn, really? Damn. I didn't think you was gonna agree with me.
Shocking.
Wow. What? No,
I keep telling
I need to
y'all,
clean
I
my
keep telling
ears
y'all, I'm
again.
an
What you
Xbox
say,
guy.
Zen?
But I'm not out here to fraud the public. I'm telling the truth.
Okay, hold up.
They
Okay.
were
I
underwhelming this
need
year.
some kid smooth level damage control from you, sir.
Damn, I can't believe Zen actually
At the
admitted
same time, though, this was the same generation that gave me back KI. I'm a big Killer Instinct fan, so
Yeah.
it's kind of 60-40 for me. Like on 60%, they really disappointed, but on 40%, I got some games that I normally would not have gotten, like KI or Sunset Overdrive. Hell, I even threw Recore in there. Things that they took a bet on. The bet didn't work, but they took a bet on it. They took a risk. So better than nothing.
Do y'all think they should continue the Recore series?
They should.
You think so?
Where's Sunset Overdrive at again? Oh yeah,
Shut up, man. Shut up. Hey, you know what, bro? You know what? No pretense. I'll be there day one when they make a Sunset 2.
If they do.
Yeah, Microsoft, they dropped the ball on that. They should have bought that studio.
Sony
What
doesn't
they
seem
do
all
with-
that interested in keeping
Yeah,
Sunset going.
I don't know about that. I just think that they're going to go ahead and do Spider-Man because why wouldn't they? And then Ratchet
Yeah,
and Clank, 'cause
Spider-Man.
it's proven.
They didn't make another Ratchet and
Spider-Man
Clank
sold
because
more
that
than all of their other games combined.
remake
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank was fire. They need to keep going with that. I
Yeah.
really
They're
did enjoy that
going-
game.
They're going to do another Ratchet and Clank. Sony already, Sean Layden, when he was working there, said, yeah, they're going to do Ratchet because
They
Ratchet
have to, man.
sold.
That game was so
Yeah.
good.
It sold
the
really
game
well.
It sold well. It was the best,
Yeah.
their best-selling Ratchet and Clank game. Of course, they're going to keep doing it.
Okay, I hope so.
I just don't think the reason for Sunset is because no one's checking for it. And like the PlayStation guys aren't loud enough about it, like yet. But I think
Right.
that should change. Like, do Sunset. Just do the game and get out of the way. I promise you, if we took care of Days Gone, we'll take care of this game. Just make the game and get out of the way.
What they
Yeah, that's true.
well, I was about to say that they should have put Sunset Overdrive on the PS4, but since of course that's a Microsoft IP. I don't know. That's a Microsoft IP, am I right?
Microsoft has a publishing; they can't.
Oh,
They have the publishing rights to the
okay,
first
never
one,
mind.
but
Maybe they should try to buy
Yeah,
from.
First game, yeah.
Hell, they allowed Nintendo to have Cuphead and what's the other one? Ori.
Because they don't view
Ori.
Real.
That's because they don't view Nintendo as a threat.
Real, I'm not sure if you realize, but Xbox doesn't exactly fuck with PlayStation.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They treat Nintendo like, a little brother in a sense. Like, yeah, you can have this, no problem.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Sony, they don't let them have shit. So,
Hello, Ratchet and Clank overrated. Oh, come on, Mario. You tripping, dog.
Yeah,
Come on,
no.
man. You tripping, dog. That game
Wait, what did you say?
Ratchet and Clank is overrated.
Come on, dog.
Ratchet and Clank are good games.
Mario, I'm gonna game you for that.
I don't know who said that in the chat, but I just need to know. I need to know where you played because right now you sound like a motherfucker who play phone games.
Oh, damn.
Go back and play the Jewel, bro. 'cause you
Oh,
don't have to be
shit.
around here.
That
What
pony's
was
coming
that?
out of Chris right now. Chris is coming out the stables.
He said Ratchet and Clank is overrated.
Yeah.
He gotta be kidding.
Nah.
He said
Yeah,
Banjo-Kazooie
man.
is better.
Whoa,
He said Banjo-Kazooie is better.
I don't know what your name is, but I got some real good advice for you. Okay?
Oh, shit.
See that red X in the top right corner of your screen? Press it.
Damn. Hey, man, you trying to get rid of my viewership, man. I barely got 25 people
You
watching.
played Bejeweled. You played Bejeweled. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. bro.
And he said Banjo-Kazooie is better. Like, man, when's the last time Banjo-Kazooie had a good game?
You talking about Banjo-Kazooie from '98, bro?
Now we got two
No.
people saying Banjo is better.
Like a modern day Banjo versus a modern day Ratchet, maybe you could have that argument, but Banjo from '98 to
Who's
now?
gonna make it? Microsoft?
Well, I hate bringing up rumors like this because they give you hope. But
And AJ said, at this point, the only way I'm buying Xbox is when Nintendo release their games on the platform.
there is a
Damn.
rumor that the game after Psychonauts 2 that Double Fine is working on is Banjo.
Damn. Offering our lease at Tropical Freeze is better than any Clank game.
Okay.
Wow,
Wait, what do you say?
that's a fact. That is a fact.
Oh
Zero, what is
no! Don't take nothing from Alex. He's a Donkey Kong fanboy. He don't matter. Your opinion don't matter.
Freeze is better than any Ratchet and Clank game in
I
the
can
history
agree.
of.
Oh boy!
No.
It absolutely is.
But you're a fanboy though. Your opinion don't matter though.
I can agree. I can agree.
It is a
with
master
Tropical
class
Freeze,
in
yeah.
platforming compared to a very.
I can agree with that though, yeah.
Yeah.
Like people underestimate how good Tropical Freeze was, man.
Yep.
I can agree.
It's a good game. I'll give it to him.
Okay, now that I think about it, I do agree.
Oh, now
I
that
think about it.
Zen says it, then fuck you, Jalen.
I agree with you.
Hey, I have second thoughts. I have second thoughts.
Nobody can take your word, Alex, because you walk around with a monkey t-shirt. Like, come on.
Oh damn! I know. That's why I say his opinion don't matter in this.
I got my Donkey Kong tie right there. I'll put that bitch on right now.
Nah, we don't want to see that.
But yeah, it is better than Ratchet and Clank.
Put that tie on and send it to Dashy. You say, hey, Dashy, Donkey Kong's the best character.
Dachi!
I'm kind of surprised we still ain't getting no new Donkey Kong game this generation. What the hell's going on with Nintendo?
Unfortunately, they have to make some stupid ass Metroid.
Shut up, Alex.
Hey, man, come on, man. That's some fighting words right there, Alex.
Whoa,
That's some fighting words.
Sorry.
Hey, you need to leave Metroid alone, man. Keep Metroid out your mouth.
Alex,
Oh,
my dude.
don't worry.
Whoa. Hey, you got your Donkey Kong back on Switch.
No,
They ported
yeah.
it for you. You got Bayonetta back on Switch. They ported it for you.
Yes, I did.
You got your dog shit Kirby game.
That was a bad game.
Let us have our Metroid, my dude.
I know.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
need to leave it alone because everyone else will, and that game's not going to sell well because it's Metroid.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
there we go. There we go. Now we know that
But
this
you
type.
don't know that.
Okay.
Maybe the
Okay.
Switch magic will work.
You know why
that.
the
Because
Metro
they have
Prime
a
3 didn't
history
sell
of
well on the
selling
Wii,
poorly.
Alex? You know why it didn't sell well? Because
Why
of
is
the
that
bad marketing. That demographic did not reach towards.
100 million.
Yes,
selling
but yes,
consoles,
just like
and
y'all
it needed
said,
to do
like-
4 million for
But
a game.
like y'all said
Hey,
earlier, what happened to those Wii guys?
Let's
Where they
argue
go?
with facts, not feelings, right? Let's argue with facts,
I'm
not
arguing
feelings.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay,
100 million.
Alex,
That
did,
game,
Wait, let's argue with facts, not feelings, right? Okay?
well,
Alex, answer me this question.
come on, man.
yeah.
Every franchise that has launched on the Switch has done noticeably better than previous systems. Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay. Why can't that apply to Metroid?
because nobody buys Metroid.
Oh, come on. So no, Alex, you always talking about the Wii numbers, but just like which I'll talk about earlier, that what happened to those? What happened to those Wii players? Did the Wii players did they buy another console or did they turn into a cell phone gamer?
What does that have to do with buying Metroid?
I'm trying. No. The reason why I said that because you was using the Wii numbers. You was using the Wii numbers.
I'll give you another example. Fine, if you don't want to use the Wii, even though it's a 100 million selling console. How about the 3DS, which is a 65 million selling console, and the Metroid game on there bombed too.
Okay, it's the demographic. Okay, but you said early this generation.
Because all I know, you guys talk a big game about the Metroid.
Okay,
games,
many
you don't
times
seem
have
to
we
turn up for your own
argued.
games.
Many times we talked about the demographic.
The only
of
one
the,
I'll give you a pass on is that shitty one on the Wii U, Federation Force. That should have not been purchased.
That was on 3DS.
That's 3DS. That's
Or
3DS.
whatever
It was
the
on
fuck it
3DS.
was on. The 3DS, that one I'll give you a pass on. But
But-
like that remake of the Metroid 2, that's a good game.
But like
Scored
Zen said a
high,
while ago,
good
every
quality game,
game
nobody bought it.
that came out on the Switch this generation
Alex,
has
let me ask you
sold
this
well.
before. What do you think of Other M? What were your thoughts? Did you play it?
I didn't play it.
You didn't play it? You
Well-
should play it. You might like it.
But that game did, what, 2 million or something, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so, again, a 100 million selling console. All I'm saying is, of their franchises, Metroid is one of the...
Metroid is
No,
not in
dude,
the
I'm
top
trying to
three. It's not even in the top five.
It's about your audience. Alex, it's about
We
your
see.
audience.
What you're arguing.
Real, answer me this. How
What?
is it possible that a game like Luigi's Mansion outsells Metroid?
That's my point,
Well,
Alex.
that's
The
because
Switch
it appeals
has
to
it,
more
man. That's my
Nintendo
point.
gamers.
But in
Because think
general,
about it.
it sells more.
Well, okay. Remember when we had a discussion like a year or two ago about the audience that Nintendo need to cater towards? Remember that? And remember when we said that not only we get just audience as in let's say between 7 to like 15 range. No, like when they first gave us that reveal trailer of the Switch, they had young adults playing the Switch, meaning that they said that they want this console to be more of a hardcore type of console, meaning that
Right.
a game like Metroid is going to appeal towards people that's your age, my age, older people.
You know what?
So that's what I'm
the real
saying.
reason
A
is?
game like Metro Prime will fit perfectly on the Switch because of the marketing.
You know what the real reason is? What we're not talking about?
What?
What?
Just the same way how Xbox guys don't really like single player and PlayStation guys don't really like multiplayer. Nintendo guys don't like shooters, man. Platformers only.
Well, Metroid is kind of a platform, to be honest.
Kinda.
A platform shooter.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But it's more of a shooter. The
It's more of
Prime
a
series
shooter first,
is a
yeah.
shooter. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I was going to bet. Hey, I was going to bet.
Again, I'm just using numbers, facts, and history,
And
and
now-
they all work in my favor at this point.
Yeah. You got to think about it. With the GameCube, Luigi's Mansion was a launch title, and Metroid Prime wasn't. I don't even.
That's true.
The high selling Metroid game was Metro Prime 1. I think it sold like 2.7 something million. But like just look at the GameCube numbers. It didn't sell well, like 22, 23 million, something like that. But a system like the Switch, let's be real, it's gonna sell like really crazy, dude.
Man,
It's gonna sell crazy.
I'm curious, what do you consider to be very crazy for that game?
Okay.
I am willing.
Okay,
I am willing
I'm not going
put
to-
money where my mouth is. I know this is where people start ducking out.
What?
Yeah.
I'm willing to put money where my mouth is.
Uh-huh.
$20 US or Canadian for whoever takes it.
Oh, I'll
That
take
when
it.
Metroid Prime 4 launches,
Yeah.
it's going to exceed 3 million.
Oh yeah, it would. No, I was about to go higher than
Luigi's
that.
Mansion did 5 million.
Dude,
I'm not stupid.
Xenoblade Chronicles
I'm not gonna put
2.
money on 10 million, man. I'm not dumb.
I didn't say 10, I said 5.
Okay. As much as Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is hated, it still sold almost 2 million. So how much do you think Metroid Prime 4 is gonna sell?
Less than 3.
No, my guess is going to be 5 million.
I would go as far as to say Xeno Titties 2 is going to outsell it.
Oh, shit.
This dude's such a hater, man. You a hater, dog. This dude's a
Like,
hater.
I'm really predicting Metro Prime 4 would hit 4 million. That's my prediction.
I was about to say 5 million, but yeah, it's not gonna outsell Mario or Luigi's Mansion, but it's gonna be a little bit behind Luigi's Mansion.
Expecting Mario numbers or even Animal Crossing numbers or Pokemon numbers or Zelda numbers.
I'm not
from
saying
Metroid.
anything like that.
Okay.
When,
All right,
when,
so
when did I say
wait.
anything
All right,
even close
okay,
to
great.
Metroid?
So now that opens up the question, Alex.
Yeah.
What would be a great place for Metro Prime 4 to sell to?
I'll keep it real simple. If it cannot outsell Luigi's Mansion 3 in the same time frame, that is a failure.
How's
Luigi's
a
Mansion 3
failure?
alone,
What are you talking about?
Luigi's a bigger character.
the bigger character than Samus.
I'm sorry, but how many fucking games has Metroid had to build a fan base over?
Bro,
Penny.
Luigi's
Bro.
a bigger
But
character
Luigi
than
is the second in command as far as the mascot goes for Nintendo.
The second,
No.
he's a sidekick. You can't beat a sidekick.
He's also the mascot of Nintendo.
In general,
You can't
hey,
beat a sidekick with a vacuum.
That's the
Luigi's a bigger.
Okay. Every time you see a Nintendo being advertised, do you always see Mario and Luigi together advertising Nintendo?
That statement
Yeah.
is incorrect.
He's a bigger
Luigi's
icon
number
than
2.
Samus. Let's be real.
Link is number 2. Luigi's
Yeah.
probably number 3. Yeah.
Kirby's number 3.
Nah.
Either
that.
Donkey Kong or Kirby.
Well,
Donkey Kong is probably number 3.
I would put Link over Luigi. Let's be real.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I would put Zelda over Luigi.
Obviously.
It's
Easily.
Mario, Link,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong, then maybe Luigi, then maybe Kirby or something.
I'm just
But
saying if you're
Samus
if
is
you're
down there, man. Samus doesn't really have a,
What about Pikachu? Hey, what about Pikachu?
Pikachu.
Don't forget about Pikachu.
Oh yeah, don't forget about Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we turn this to a Nintendo discussion?
Well, Pokemon is a Nintendo thing, so like that. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I'm just saying, like,
Even though people say Pokemon ain't Nintendo.
Luigi's a secondary character, and the fact that you guys, even you have no faith that Metroid can beat Luigi, and that just proves my point.
Oh Lord.
Because it's a niche franchise, man.
How niche can it be? Splatoon 2 is a first-person shooter. That's a 10 million seller game. How? Come
well-
on. you
But
were
just
trying to tell
look
me
at
earlier that Nintendo
look at
guys
the
don't
art
like
style of that
You're
game.
you're kind of
art style of that
stretching the
game
term when you
appeals.
call Splatoon a shooter. Come on.
It's a shooter. Just because you're
You-
not actively having to
You,
kill
you,
people doesn't mean it's not
you
a
shoot
shooter.
things, but it's not really a shooter. It's more like a what is it?
A paintball?
splatter? A
A
paintball?
paintball type of game.
Yeah, it's not really a shooter. You know what I mean? So, 3
That's
million.
like saying,
I think
like,
3 million is fine, right?
I think
Yeah.
anything lower than Luigi's Mansion 3 is.
And what Luigi's on right now? 5?
The only reason I say that is because of how much Metroid people cry. And how much they demand games and all the bitching they do.
Bro,
If they can't even
we
beat a
don't-
secondary
we
control
only
character.
cry.
What happened to
because we're
Xbox?
being-
I thought we was talking about
wait,
Xbox, guys.
We only
Xbox
cry.
is boring. Nobody cares.
No, this is an Xbox podcast.
I'll ignore that statement.
Now maybe we ought to come back and do a Nintendo discussion.
We only cry because we're being ignored, my friend. That's all. Because we haven't had
again.
a good Metroid game since Metroid Prime 3 on the mother freaking Wii. So it's been a while, okay?
Considering that you've been ignored, I would imagine that when you do get a game, it sells well. But the 3DS one proves that yet again, I am right.
Hey.
You guys don't buy your games.
Hey, I kind of agree with Dave J. Hey, Dave J said Metroid Prime is a failure if the game don't outsell Xenoblade 2 and Kirby's 30 frames per second allies.
Oh God.
Man, he don't listen to Dave J. Dave J has a hate hard on for Xenoblade 2. So
Like that game I consider niche. I don't consider Metroid niche. You can't be around this long and have this many games and be considered niche.
It's
I
still
don't
niche,
accept
man.
that. I don't accept
I
that.
won't,
No, it
I
doesn't
won't
work
call
like
it niche. It's just what Nintendo
niche.
did to that franchise. It's kind of like how it was popular on the NES and the Super Nintendo, but they skipped the Nintendo 64. So
Yep.
Bro.
So I don't know why they did
you're
that.
You're missing the fact. Metroid has never, not ever, bro, caught fire. It never caught fire like that. It never did. It's not been an instant. The game that came out when Super Metroid came out, it was God tier because that game was just like amazing. But
Yeah.
compared to the other games around it that came out with like the Marios and the Zeldas, people did not have it like ranked that high, bro. The reason that Metroid Prime is so beloved is because they took it and made it a fucking shooter, bro. And they literally made the exploration like
Right.
what Metroid was always intended to be. That was that game. Like that's what I'm saying. The game is niche, bro.
But don't you think the audience like
that.
the audience like the Switch people, the Switch audience? Don't you think that a Metro Prime game will appeal to
I think-
more people on the Switch
No,
than the previous consoles?
No, I think the reason that Metroid is the way that it is because Nintendo doesn't treat it properly. They're going to be Nintendo. They're going to be stupid, and they're going to launch Metroid Prime 4 without the collection, and then they're going to wonder why it didn't do good. So it's Nintendo's the reason this game's not going to do good. Not the fans.
If they don't release the Metroid Prime trilogy, that is a
Yeah,
huge
that don't make sense
Right.
at all.
It's-
That don't make sense.
Right.
Agreed.
Like you can't,
Huge
you need
mistake
to
if
launch,
they don't
you
do
need
that.
to launch the collection with the games. This is why I said, like, okay, you
To
have
get people
you-
in the interest in the franchise. Yeah.
got
You have
people-
so many people on the Switch that
Yeah.
have not touched a Nintendo
They-
console since like the Super Nintendo.
Exactly. Bro,
Yeah.
all you have to do is really relaunch the Metro Prime collection, bro. While we're waiting for 4.
That's
Just
what I'm
launch it,
saying. You
give it
got
time to play it,
everybody
and we're
from every demographic owns a Switch, and a game like that will appeal to a lot of people that got a Switch. How many Switch that sold already? Almost about 60 million now.
They're at 55
About
million.
55 million.
55 million.
So just think if Animal Crossing, of course, that that technically
That's the game that appeals to everybody.
Yeah,
not
well,
Metroid.
well, yes and no.
Real
It don't
13
appeal.
million
It don't
11
appeal to
days.
me.
Certain people.
Certain people.
Certain people.
Like the casual.
Certain
app.
people.
Let me
Yeah, it's more of a
rephrase that.
casual.
That kind of game appeals to a wider audience.
Well, yeah,
A game
a
like-
casual is more of a wider audience. That's you're right on that one.
Yes, absolutely.
But I still think that with all the shooters that the Switch got, like Fortnite's and what's the other one? The other free to play, like they got some shooters on the Switch, and and Metroid will probably be the biggest shooter whenever it comes out, because of course Nintendo is going to
multiplayer.
if they add multiplayer, it will be a bigger hit. It's up to Nintendo, and yes, you're right.
Yes,
Nintendo was being stupid on the way they handled the franchise. Yes, you're right about that.
No, do not. Please, God.
You don't
Do
want
not-
multiplayer in it?
no, I don't want multiplayer in this one. No, just
So you're
make the
limiting the
game.
range of that game then.
No, I am limiting the fact that you can't do it. That you're clearly restarting it because it's not good.
Well,
Don't do that.
Metroid Prime 2, that had the
Nah.
multiplayer, wasn't bad, and then Hunters wasn't bad.
Hunters
Yeah.
wasn't bad. We're talking about wasn't bad on 1 and it wasn't bad on 2. You have a franchise that has no direction that you had to reboot. Make the game first.
So what you saying? They should reboot it?
Yeah,
They are
dude,
rebooting
they,
it.
they
Yeah,
are
they are.
rebooting it. They literally restarted development on it because it wasn't good. No,
Wow.
I am not trying to hear you tacking on some multiplayer to potentially bring down the. No, absolutely not. If you do that, yes, you're going to ensure that this game gets fucked on.
They're
Because
rebooting it because they made the moronic decision to have freaking Namco Bandai do it. I'm like,
For
what
some reason.
what do they know about Metroid Prime? Like nothing.
They don't need to do
That
it.
made
Yeah.
no sense to give it to them.
They finally gave it to the right people, Retro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, I gotta wait longer for a Donkey Kong game.
Just
Thanks, Nintendo.
don't do that, bro.
Hold on. When they restart the development, is Retro doing it? Retro Studios.
Yeah, Retro
Yeah.
Studios.
Rituals was making it.
So who was doing it at first?
Namco
Bandai.
Bandai. Yeah.
But
Why would they
technically, we don't know
even-
who was
I don't
doing
know.
it, but Bandai was the rumor. We don't know who was technically making it. So we should assume that's Bandai that did it.
No, it was Bandai.
It was
Huh?
confirmed to be Bandai.
It was
Oh,
Bandai.
okay.
That was a rumor.
Yeah.
That was a confirmed thing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
then.
but then now it's with Retro. But then you gotta also remember, like, most of the people that made the Metroid Prime games at Retro
Are
no
gone.
longer at Retro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
Most
it's
of them are at,
there's obviously a reason Nintendo didn't go to them first.
Because Retro
Okay.
has been in a mess. When you really think about it, what has Retro done since 2014's Tropical Freeze?
Not a
Right?
damn
You
They
thing.
had a barbecue. I saw that on Twitter.
You would think they'd put a game out in the 6 years since, right? But
You would think so.
yeah, they were in a mess, man. So
Yeah. Well, they did port Tropical Freeze to Tropical Damage Control, what people call it, to the Switch.
I love that game.
So
That's
anyway,
fine.
since we don't have anything else to talk about Xbox, any closing statements before we get off?
Just be patient, guys. Wait until July. I'm pretty sure everybody will be decently pleased in July when it comes to Xbox first party. But at the same fucking time, keep your expectations low.
Yeah.
That way, you get to be surprised, right? So keep your expectations
My
tempered.
expectations for Xbox are already low, so they can't go any lower.
Yeah, it's
There you
hard
go.
to high after this.
That means the only way is up, right? So
You would hope so.
That's
but
not a good
sometimes,
thing.
sometimes you can keep going down. But there's no way their July show is going to be worse than
No,
this.
the July show is going to be the replacement for their typical E3, which for the last 2 or 3 years have been good.
I've been very
So-
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that concludes the show. Just talk a little bit about Xbox, and we magically started talking about Nintendo because we got a lot of Nintendo nerds up in this panel.
Hey,
So,
to be fair, you are the one that steered us that way.
well, what I say? What happened?
Hey,
How to get
man,
started?
man.
How to get started?
This is going to be a controversial opinion, especially among the younger audience, but if you didn't start gaming on Nintendo, I don't consider you a gamer.
Yeah, I have the same
Yeah.
opinion.
Me too.
I never said I didn't like
I don't
Nintendo.
trust anybody who don't.
I just don't like their consoles. Put Nintendo on Xbox, I love it.
No, but I mean, you have to have started there in your youth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
okay,
evolve to
okay.
Something else.
The people I
Yeah.
trust the least are the people that started with Sega.
What's up, Tayshaun?
Damn, man.
So hey, so how did I start the whole Nintendo discussion? Nia said I started. What happened? What happened? I forgot.
Huh?
She even said I started the Nintendo discussion.
You did.
What I say? I forgot. I'm old. I don't
think
remember.
it was something about around the time we were talking about Nintendo's games versus Xbox's games. And
Yeah,
then we
because
kinda got-
remember,
yeah.
you had said something and I said that's okay, but Nintendo's games are better than Xbox, and then you heard me incorrectly.
Oh,
because I said
that's
their
how it all
exclusives are
started.
better, Then you started talking about third-party games that we got over here.
Oh, that's how it all started. I just forgot. Anyway, this was an interesting podcast. We started talking about Xbox and we magically went on Nintendo. I
You
guess we
started talking about
at,
Nintendo.
at the end of the day, you talked about it too. Everybody talked about Metroid Prime, and of course Alex still shitting on Metroid like an idiot.
All I said was it's not going to outsell Luigi's Mansion, and you had a hissy fit.
Man,
I never said it was going to outsell Luigi's Mansion. I never said
Can
that.
hate Metroid, but like Kirby.
Kirby's fire.
Oh my gosh.
You see, I
Damn.
don't get it. I don't get it. See, me and Alex agree on a number of things, but there are just some things, man.
Anyway, I guess it's time to close up. Yeah, I'm hungry as hell. That's why. Anyway,
Eat food, that's great.
Same.
I ain't eating nothing
Yeah.
today.
I
Anyway,
know,
so
lunch waiting for me. Yeah.
y'all make sure y'all come to the Real Talk podcast tomorrow. We gonna do this every week, and yes, I am back. So no more of this 2-3 week gap, and I guess last time I think last time was a 3-month gap, and the time before that was a 5-month gap. But no, I'm gonna be consistent. I want to get my audience back, get my subscribers back up to 3,000. I know a lot of people left my channel. That's only person I could blame is myself. But yeah, I want to restart this channel, reboot the channel, get the people back, and I'm ready to have fun, talk about video games. And a time like this in this Corona situation, you know, like it's the best time to chill with your friends and talk about video games. So, you know, that's it. So I guess let's get our outros out the way and get the hell up out of here. Start you out. You there, Alex?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, well, okay, what's going on, guys? This was a emergency podcast for...
Ain't no emergency podcast.
But yeah, it was a decent show. Hopefully there's more in July. I'm really looking forward to seeing some Halo and what's coming to first party. Day one Game Pass PC, baby. That's the way of life. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with a normal Real Talk podcast where we still talk about Nintendo because everyone loves Nintendo.
Allegedly. Ask Broken Games that.
They hate Nintendo with a passion.
Man, you heard
Yeah,
about
man.
Broken Games. He blocked what's that Zombie guy for? Was he talking trash about Last of Us? Boy, that dude is shilling so hard for Naughty Dog, man. He is shilling Broken Games.
I keep
Oh,
telling y'all.
BG.
That dude, BG. That dude, he be shilling so hard for Sony, man. It's
but
crazy.
Do you realize why though? Because you all are complaining about it, bro. This is why I keep telling y'all. That don't work on Nintendo and PlayStation, bro. That game's gonna sell well. And all the bitching has done nothing but landed number one everywhere. The bad guys are gonna win on this one, bro. Take the L and move forward.
That game is
over,
dog shit,
bro.
man.
It's over, bro. Like, the bad guys are gonna get the L.
Yeah.
It sucks. but Darth Vader's getting his dub this time, bro. It's over.
Hey, man. All I learned from this is that Sony dudes love soy. That's what I learned.
Hey, man.
Anyway, let's go and go to the
pony.
pony.
Control.
Let's go to the pony commissioner, Chris. Go and get your outro, man.
Yep, like I said, niggas in the hospital. I'm ready to go. I'm hungry as fuck. These bitch ass niggas still.
Don't you want some of that nasty ass hospital jello?
Nigga, I'll take God damn, bro, I'm hungry. I'm like, my stomach is literally sitting here screaming at me. But anyway, like I was saying, all right, it's G. Hopefully niggas feel better soon. That shit, the Xbox show today was trash. It wasn't their fault, but it was trash. Just to let all y'all know too, how my new Switch came in and I got that boy back for $150. So I appreciate all you scalping ass motherfuckers that helped me get my Switch off for $400. I appreciate y'all.
Oh wow.
All right, let's go.
You a clown ass nigga.
All right, let's go with you, Jalen.
This is your boy Jalen, signing out. And y'all have a good rest of your evening.
All right, Zen.
All right, show was underwhelming, but it's gonna be good next time, hopefully. This is Zen signing out. Xbox the best box. Bang bang, Green Gang. Let's go.
What the hell was that shit? All right, this is your boy Red Game 27. Once again, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming to the stream. We will be doing this tomorrow at 7:30 my time, Central Time. So I guess that will be 8:30 Eastern time, and was it 5:30 on the West Coast, I believe. Yeah, these time zones it'd be confusing me sometimes. But yeah, anyway, just come tomorrow, follow me on Twitter, and hit that like button and share the podcast. And I guess after that, appreciate y'all guys for coming. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Yeah.
Latest.
Later.
Well, I thought you said niggas.
I want some food.